Yes, sirski.
Yes, sir.
Welcome to the Offspace podcast. It's your host with the motherfucking most, Chuka. And it's your favorite co-host, Esgo.
Today I'm stepping in.
Nah, we got my dog Cullen here, friend of the show.
Sir.
Very frequent guest.
Sir.
I think for short, not even I think, definitely our most frequent guest. Like, we don't really have people on as much.
A lot, bro.
For sure. But that's because I value the conversation with my dog.
Yes, sir.
And so today it was going to be a little bit of a weird split. I'm going to be doing a big chunk of the podcast with Cullen, and then I'm going to go record another half, basically, and record and send out 2 episodes next week. But still, we're going to go around pretty, yes, sir. We're going to go around pretty similar to the regular format. You just might get different content matter in each one. But that being said, how you been? How you feeling?
Hey, man, look, man, been living good. This year actually hasn't been too bad so far. Mm-hmm. You know, everything's on the up and up.
Are you afraid of the vaccination?
Man. Yes, I am. Actually, I want another thing. I need to lean up. Mm-hmm. Do I look into the camera or
look into the camera or just regular combo, just whatever.
All right. True. Anyways, fuck it. I don't know, man. I don't know. You know, we talk about this a lot with the me and the anti-vaccine shit. You feel me? But my mom is like, "Oh, we supposed to be going on a cruise for Christmas, but you gotta have your vaccination." And I'm like, "Oh, I don't want to tell her like, no, bro, can't even do it." But I might have to bite the bullet.
You might have to for Ma. I feel you,
man.
I'm fully vaccinated.
I know you told me that one time. You were like, "Yeah, I gotta wait to see my second day if I'm still."
Because I was tripping, bro. I was tripping. I let niggas scare me. Because
I'm niggas, because, I'm scared.
Bro, do you know how just being real, do you know how your body handles sickness in general? Like, when it comes to regular sickness, not necessarily, like stomach stuff, like a cold. Like, for the most part, me with a cold, sore throat, strep, all of that shit, I can just carry on my life normal. Like, I'm not, bedridden, anything like that. It's never really that bad. And so I should have remembered, even when I had COVID, bro, I had COVID. I had a fever for a few hours, and I lost taste for 3 days. It wasn't anything crazy. But I know a lot of people have been suffering. But just knowing how my body reacts and them saying, the worst thing that can happen is, after the second shot, because I got the Pfizer vaccine, you would experience some sick symptoms. Bro, I was like, I'm all for it. I don't really get sick. I wasn't tripping. And all that happened was I was sore, a little sore. Not even crazy. And so I wasn't too mad at it. But how's everything been with... You said this has been a pretty good year for you, 2021. Definitely saw that new baby out there.
Hey, man, you finna get a new whip, man. You had to. It worked too damn hard not to.
What?
Man.
Of course, bro. You got to get the fast car, too. I know you fuck with it.
That note, some bitch. and insurance, I'm like, dude, leave me alone.
Bro, I hate grown-up bills so much. And I know niggas want to be like, oh, bro, you just got to suck it up. It's like, what? I know.
You saying that, and when you pay that bill, you looking like, damn.
No one's happy to see the rent come out.
At all.
No one's happy to see your car note come out. No one's happy to see insurance come out.
Thanks for your payment. I'm like, nah, nigga, fuck you.
And there's nothing positive about insurance. I want to be clear with that. We have to have it. And yes, I won't say nothing positive. There's a positives of your premium and shit like that if you get in accidents, but it's you get no incentive for being a good driver. It's only incentive for being a bad driver. So it's if you're a bad driver, you get marks, your insurance goes up. But what if not shit's happened to me in the last year or two? Y'all niggas not gonna cut me a break, you know what I'm saying?
They'll go up on your insurance too randomly, because you live in this area and shit been happening. I get that, but that's not my fault.
What?
My driving skills though, since I've got that car.
They went up.
They went down. It went down pretty bad. Bro.
You got the fast whip and then decided you were a speed racer.
My driving skills is bad.
I run every red light.
It's a boat too, because I used to drive the BMW, and the front of it's pretty compact, but nigga, that's the SS Challenger. You steer that bitch like a boat. It's so big, bro.
I hate cars like that. Because I always dink them. I'm the nigga I'm going to hit the wall. I'm going to hit the fucking mailbox. I'm going to hit everything. Driving a car that's offset like that. That's why I get scared in cars like that. Just because I know my ass. I would never... Red lights don't exist anymore. If it was yellow, I'm going. If I saw it yellow, I'm going to go.
I've been bucking like that too. I have Louisiana plates too, so I don't care about no pictures being taken.
Yeah, please take a picture of my shit, bro.
Whatever.
But getting straight into it, we still will go pretty regular. I'm doing well myself. I haven't really I've just been doing a lot of kind of networking, I guess, but really just planning and getting this next phase of the Offspace popping and like what I want to do with it. Yeah. You know, collaborating with all my homies as much as possible. Y'all may see Cullen a lot. You know what I'm saying? Y'all may see like it's just gonna be like whatever I can do each week. I'm gonna be trying to get it popping, get it going.
The Young Dro versus T.I. shit is still
has to happen. Soon. I promise y'all. Esgo failed us there. I will be real. That's my nigga, and I love him forever, bro. But the fact that we got the footage and we were like it's unusable. I remember even telling the nigga, bro, you want me to hold this shit like a microphone so we can get good audio? Because I knew it was about to be a classic. Yeah. That was definitely going to be a classic, but it's all good. We're going to do it again, and we might even get my dog to come record us again for it. But moving right into music, at least just to start us off on a little bit of a regular note, out of most of the stuff you've been listening to recently, have you had a chance to listen to this week's drops? Like, I know there was the Khaled album, the whole Morray project, and there were singles here and there from people. There was a song I'm never gonna press play on my life. Like, I have to be real. I saw Joyner Lucas dropped a song with Lil Baby, and y'all know Lil Baby is my favorite artist currently. Like new artist, I'm never pressing play on the Joyner Lucas Lil Baby song. I'm sorry, I can't do it, and that's no disrespect to Joyner. He's talented. That's just not somebody.
Disrespectful. It's
just like that's just somebody I never want to listen to personally, and I feel like niggas need to get out of their feelings about shit like that because that's just the reality.
I actually gotta look that up, bro.
That's the reality. Not everyone wants to listen to the same kind of music. You feel me? Like
I don't want to listen to that with Lil Baby.
You feel ever? I heard that combination. Never. If I heard good things, I might one day give.
Lil Baby's on a roll right now.
Going crazy. Going crazy.
My mother calling. She's gonna have to wait.
She's gonna have to see what's going on. But if you need to pause, just let us know.
Nah, she just want to talk about nonsense real quick. So.
But with Joyner, Lil Baby, that's a never happening. But there's little everything else that dropped this week though I was stoked about. I was very stoked about. So I know I have a lot of music to listen to. I went through the whole Morray project. That's the only one, and even getting into Heat.
That was Heat.
Super crack. That nigga a star. If they treat that person correctly, he's a star. Obviously that's a big nigga, and he's a dark skinned nigga. So it's like
I was kind of skeptical about it. I'm not gonna lie. Just because of Quicksand.
Did you not like Quicksand?
I didn't like. I think this is gonna sound weird because the music's there, it's there, but I think his image is what's gonna hurt him in a sense, like. Cause like you said, he's a big nigga. No disrespect to the big niggas out there.
That's why, and like, no. You're starting an important conversation. Be real. It's like. The first thing I heard was his voice and his talent, and unfortunately, in this world, that's not enough. That's not enough at all. And a lot goes into, like, if you speak to any company, I'm sure he's heard the same stuff, so he wouldn't even be sensitive about it. It's just being real, especially how cutthroat this industry is. They would tell you like, oh, this is the image, this is this, so you need to dress like this, you need to be this shape, you need to look like this. It's just interesting to see a world. That's why I'm wondering if people are going to treat him the right way, because the talent needs to be treated like a star. You know what I'm saying? Like, the music is there. And so I know that's probably a hit or miss for some people because of what we typically see. But when you listen to the songs, man, like Trenches is going to be my heat check for this week, but Trenches, that whole album goes crazy. It sounds like ghetto gospel, like genuinely ghetto gospel, like just hood, like Trenches. Like you could hear he's really, really gone through shit, really seen some stuff, but it sounds so beautiful the way that it's presented. Beautiful. You know, so you can, like I was watching an interview about him and he started in the choir in the church and you can hear a lot of those elements.
Yeah, you can hear it.
In his music, for sure. But if you had to pick a heat check from this week, what would it be?
Hooligan by Baby Keem.
Hey,
I know they didn't come out this week.
It don't matter. What?
Man,
that song crazy.
That song was crazy.
It's crazy. That 2-pack with Hooligan and Sons and Critics. Nuts. Bro, I'm waiting on that Baby Keem project too. I know he dropped a little single with Travis Scott last night too. I'm waiting to get to that one just because I'm scared. Because I heard it's Travis coming into Keem's world, which is what I like. I like artists to come into the world of the one they're featured. But I don't know how badly I'm trying to hear Travis coming to Keem's world. Just being honest, it may be fire though. So that's something worth listening to me. But I like Travis's music separately. I just don't know about the mix.
Moneybagg Yo's become my favorite rapper right now.
Moneybagg Yo's so hard, bro. I was about to say, bro, we got to talk about his project too, bro. Like, bro, I made a tweet a few weeks ago. And it's just something I started to notice. I was like, bro, Moneybagg don't get enough credit for what's going on right now. Because you think about it, Name one rapper. I'm being dead serious. Like, other than Lil Baby is the only argument I have here. Name one rapper that.
This nigga love
and the feature on Lil Baby's been going on. It's crazy.
Oh yeah.
But I'm saying, like, name one nigga that finds a way to fit in with every other rapper. Like, when Moneybagg, if you see featuring Moneybagg Yo, it's a smash. Yeah. Like, every single time it's fire. I've never seen featuring him on a song and it be bad, ever. Like, he makes the song better. A lot of times he shines out on the songs. But a lot of people didn't focus on his solo projects. But then he put out this album, a lot of people have been fucking with it. So I've been hearing a lot more people, like, raising Moneybagg on their rankings and how they view him. That nigga hard.
And he just be saying funny shit. Like,
out of nowhere, bro.
He was like, I'm with 4 bitches. I look like William, but I ain't with my girlfriends. I was like, wow. Bars,
bro. I'm telling you, bro. Moneybagg is that nigga. Bro. That's why, bro.
He does look like William from Girlfriends.
For sure. But it's like, this is my issue now. And this isn't like a direct indictment on dude. It's just because we brought Joyner Lucas up previously. It's like, there's a certain type of rapping that unless you have all of it, like, you have to hit all 10 out of my 10 requirements. Like, I have to like how your voice sounds. I have to like how you present it, your bravado, like everything.
Hell yeah.
I'm not looking for the lyrical miracle dude no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, that guy, you have to be so cool and so dope. That's why I like Benny and Griselda and like that, because they're so dope to me and they do that shit. But it's like, when it comes to these new artists, which I think it's even more creative and even more difficult to do, they say shit like this. You know what I'm saying? And it still be bars. It'd be hilarious. They're not trying to overthink you. Exactly. Like, bro, that shit be hard as hell. They be doing it melodic, or they be doing it with like dope flows. Like, my favorite region in hip hop right now is Memphis.
Yeah, Memphis going stupid.
They're going crazy right now.
Shiesty also another of my favorite.
Pooh Shiesty, that bro. I'm gonna talk to you about 1017 in a second, but Pooh Shiesty, Scar,
we definitely gotta talk about
that. Like, even going deeper, bro, they have Key Glock,
Big 30,
Key Glock, Big 30. Dolph still going stupid. Let's be crazy.
Dolph's going to tear right now too.
What, bro? I'm telling you, bro. Like, Memphis has definitely got the most to offer right now, in my opinion. If not Detroit, which I didn't even know Detroit would come back like this.
Detroit's wave right now is
Detroit's looking crazy too right now. Babyface Ray, they got Bezo, they got ESTG, they got 42 Doug. Like,
damn, man, Atlanta's kind of like taking
I think Atlanta low key is not the automatic shining star anymore, but I think niggas want to still give it to us because niggas are, even though it is Memphis, all the Memphis niggas flew to Atlanta. You know what I'm saying? Like, ESTG, 42 Doug, them niggas be in Atlanta. So it's like, yes, Atlanta, I don't think is the automatic star like we have been, but it's like, I think that our influence is still so felt that we're in the number one spot. Yeah. So I'll still give us the number one spot. And you still have all the kings are Atlanta right now. If you look at like the Thugs, the Futures, like the people running it. But another conversation, I was having this with one of my dogs, and he was saying he said ESTG was better than Pooh Shiesty. No. I love ESTG, don't get me wrong. I think his music is so fire, but I fuck with Pooh Shiesty is crazy. But then he said something, and I wanted to ask you the opinion. Like, he said, Pooh Shiesty is hard, bro, but Pooh Shiesty, if you wake up and want to listen to Pooh Shiesty, in the afternoon want to listen to Pooh Shiesty, at night want to listen to Pooh Shiesty. Like, ESTG, he said you can listen to all day. But he said Pooh Shiesty is just so angry and just only talk about killing niggas. And I'm like, bro, I'm not going to lie to you. I'd be so happy to hear that.
I'd be happy to hear that shit anytime. Bro, I will wake up at 4:30 in the morning and play Neighbors. So
bro, right in the morning, bro. In the morning, bro. I be just rapping the whole verse on So Icy Boys at fucking 6 a.m., bro. Crust on my eyes, bro. Like,
man, I can say that shit anytime.
New 1017, I think, that's what I was going to bring it into. The new 1017, I think, is the click in hip hop right now. To me personally,
and it's also
funny. other than CMG the label, because Yo Gotti, I think his label is going. We have to be clear about how nuts his label is going right now. But
I actually laughed at the new okay, I can't even say the new 1017 because you remember this period in time where he signed Ola Runt.
Ola Runt's still there. He's a part of new 1017. He dropped a project last night, I think.
It was a bunch of people he had before this whole Memphis wave. Because I remember us talking about...
It was right before.
It was right before. We talked about the Birdman, who's a better A&R, Birdman or Gucci.
Which I still think Gucci, for sure. I think Gucci, and I know it sounds like I'm going against all of the Louisiana love, but it's like... I think Birdman, we have to give him his flowers, and I think
Birdman has to have his flowers.
So let's be very honest about the
fact.
He's
lost it now, though.
That's what I'm saying about how I feel about Birdman. Like, let's be real. It's just like because you gave us somebody that I called a rap messiah. Like, you know what I'm saying? You gave us thugging Rich Homie Quan. Like, who the fuck put that? At the same time, we have to flowers. I'm the only nigga that played that 2018 Quan project. Still in rotation, by the way. Still in rotation, by the way. That shit crazy. Just nobody talked about it. I know nobody talked about it. It was hard as fuck, though. But it's like, I don't know. I need us to be real about the fact that it's Gucci, man. Like, this nigga just gave us 3 stars. Like, 3 stars. 3 stars, like, 3, like... Niggas thought Fujiano was crazy, okay. And then you heard Pooh Shiesty. Niggas thought Pooh Shiesty was crazy, okay. And then Big Scar, that enchanting shorty, she's going crazy right now too with a couple of her songs.
And those 2 chicks too that he has.
Enchanting is one of them, and K Shade is the other one. K Shade is the other one. And so, like, I think that's one of the strongest clicks right now because any one of those 3, if we're just talking about the big 3 that they got, is liable to be fucking buzzing at any time. Like, they have 2 albums in the top 25 on iTunes right now.
I didn't think Gucci was gonna be able to do it again.
To be honest, a lot of people stopped believing that he was gonna be able to do it. Dog, I'm one of the big. Look at the shirt I have on right now. You feel me? Like, I'm one of the biggest Gucci stands that we can, like, let's be clear about that. Gucci is one of my goats. He's in my top 10 rappers all time. I never am going to let anyone argue that out of me because that's just a fact. Like, y'all would be disrespected at some of the names after that nigga to me. Just be clear. But it's like, even me, with how much I love Gucci, probably like summer 2020, just being honest, I was sitting there thinking, like, seeing a lot of the rollout with the new 1017, since we didn't hear product, he just kind of like believed in these guys. And I was just kind of like, does WAP still have it? You know what I'm saying? Like, as the leader, and because I think nobody in hip hop, especially how he's handled business, and I know it's shitty business for how, like, the traditional people look at it, but I mean, I'm somebody that truly, and I know I'm correcting it early so I don't go through the things Gucci went through, but just being honest, but it's like, I'm somebody that if I really look you in the eyes and I believe in you and we say something, I mean everything I said to you, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that's as good as a contract to me, but I mean, like, he's obviously, that's not good on paperwork, niggas freak out, and
freaking up.
People need their obligations, and you need to kind of do it the legit way, or else some people start to, you know, fuck off. And so Gucci is somebody that I think nobody in hip hop deserves more than Gucci Mane to have, like, a solid group under them because of how many people he's put on and got nothing from.
Even producers,
you know, like, put on and got nothing from. Like truly got nothing from. And he'll say it himself. He's like, bro, I got no bread from him. I just told these niggas I fuck with them, come work with me, or like, I'll put you on, all this, all that. And then he just, like, trusted the process and hoped these niggas would sign to 1017, or hope these niggas would this. But it's like, the things work out how they do. But the fact that Gucci got 3 heat rocks at once, I was like, this is God coming back, and, like, that's the good karma. You know what I'm saying?
Like, went to the Memphis scene, like you said.
For sure. He signed all of them, bro. He signed Pooh's cousin. He's Pooh's cousin.
And then
you see how crazy, how hard he is. You know what I'm saying? Big Scar, a lot of people's favorite of the 3. Just, you know what I'm saying? Like, that nigga going stupid.
It's a tie with him and Shiesty.
I think it's a tie with him and Shiesty too. But I want to be real about this fact. So Icy Boys 1, 2, and 3, which I think is their best collective 3 songs, of course. Like, that's the series. I think that if I remember correctly, each one of them got the others on a song. Like, they all snapped. But I think that on the 3rd one, Big Scar one, I think that Fuji won on the, no, it was the first one.
Fuji won on the first one.
Fuji won on the first one, and I think Pooh Shiesty killed him on the second one. On the second one. So that's dope to even see. You could see, you could see, like, they all can be a star if they want to. Facts. And then even Pooh shit he's doing, bro. This nigga got his ankle monitor, burnt it off, and then started thugging on IG. Dude, this nigga hilarious. I was like, come on. This nigga says he's the mayor for real, bro.
He believes it too.
He believes it, and I know his people believe it. Like,
I would too. You doing shit like that?
What?
LeBron might play tonight too. He might.
Really?
That's what it says.
So we might be able to. Oh yeah. Sorry, I feel like we've just been music'd out, but I mean, obviously.
I mean, you know,
niggas love music.
We feel with music,
so we got to. But moving into the biggest section, which is going to be the sports. We'll start it off basketball because we're speaking basketball, and then we'll get into football and the draft and everything. But with basketball, the one thing I gotta say is I take back and I apologize. I apologize to Zion Williamson for saying this nigga looked like Al Horford out there, boring ass. No, Zion is fun to watch. But it's becoming a weird problem with me, and we spoke about some of these things previously, but it's becoming a little bit of a problem with me watching how the front office handles these players. Yeah. Because like these players, if you let Zion be Zion, you let BI be BI, and you let Lonzo be Lonzo, I promise you we have three. We have three. Like, we could make runs. We could be a 4 to 6 seed easy in the West. Easy in the West. You see, none of these games look like games we can't win. It's just like, if you're going to take Lonzo Ball and make him a 3-and-D player out of nowhere in like the fourth quarter and have BI
bring the damn ball up.
What? Like, I feel like we don't care about winning. And I understand why niggas leave, and it sucks to say that, but this nigga Zion already talking about, I love playing in New York. Like, you know what I'm saying? Niggas
I ain't like hearing that shit.
I didn't like hearing it either, but
Madison Square Garden, my second favorite place to play besides New Orleans. I'm like, hey, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
This nigga trying to send hints. He's like, bro, I see what these niggas doing.
And honestly, I respect it because I wouldn't let New Orleans waste my career like that.
You saw AD leave and win a championship. Yeah. That's the recipe.
Like leaving, like it ain't work for Chris Paul. It might work this year.
CP is looking like, I mean,
no, it's not gonna work this year.
I don't think he's gonna win, but I think that I don't want history to do him like I know history is gonna do him if he doesn't win a ring.
Do you believe he's a shitty teammate?
No, I think Chris Paul may be one of the best teammates in history, and really? I think his resume shows it. Because like he goes to each team, and then you look at the way they lose, but look at how the team changes when he gets there. Like the Suns were a team that were a 10 seed last year. They're the first seed in the West, by the way.
Wow.
They're the first.
Utah still is.
No. The Suns took it over? I think the Suns took it over last night. If not, they're close. They're like a game.
I know they're like a game behind each other.
Like I'm saying, like you go from 10-1 when you come on the team. Okay, cool. OKC, the team that they told him beforehand was going to be
0.2%.
They told him it was a lottery team. Weren't they the 4 seed? He brought them to the playoffs. They were the 4 seed.
They were the 4 seed.
Mm-hmm. So it's like,
that's crazy.
Seeing all of this shit happen, I feel like, and even going to the Clippers were liable to win a championship each one of those years. It's just like way Matt Barnes talks about it, way the coaches talk about it, like Doc himself talking about it. It just was a group of guys that couldn't mesh. Like, you can't blame that on Chris Paul. So, like, looking at every single team, even the Rockets were looking like the only team that had the chance of taking out the Warriors. Either of those teams.
Hey, the Warriors are down 3-2.
You feel me? And so, like, what's a common denominator in each one of those teams? Chris Paul. And so now Chris Paul comes to this Suns team, makes them a damn near 1 seed. Once again, it was a 10th seed team. We have to be real about that. We have to give him his flowers. Like, so I feel like Chris Paul is an excellent teammate. And from, like, a word around the league and just watching him play, people say he's the most competitive person they've ever seen besides Kobe.
You could tell.
Like, he wants to win every time. He truly believes. Like, I don't think Chris Paul goes and is making money moves. I think he really thinks that Suns team is going to win this championship. And none of us believe it. But, I mean, they might show us. Like, who knows? They might pull some Dallas shit. You know what I'm saying? And, like...
You ain't lying, though.
Like, who knows? Like, this... If I had to bet on a team to pull some Dallas shit like that season, it would be that Suns team right now. Just because of the team no one expects.
Are they doing a bubble this year for the playoffs?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be... Really, I think some arenas are going to be back to max capacity within the month.
Because I was hoping to see, like, bubble Devin Booker again.
What? That nigga became a demon. He was like, I'm going to try my best to make sure we go. They won every game. They won every game and still going to go. That's so crazy.
Who did I hold by? Trailblazers?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then the Trailblazers got in. Just to... I think they won the first round and then lost.
They made it all the way to the Western Finals, didn't they?
The Trailblazers?
Yeah.
Western Conference Finals? Yeah. No. The Jazz did. No. Murray's team did.
The Nuggets?
Nuggets, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it was Nuggets-Lakers.
Nuggets-Lakers. Because remember, the Nuggets were kind of hurt. And they were still trying to go through it. They ended up losing.
Who's the MVP this year?
MVP this season? If the Warriors make the playoffs,
Curry.
It's Steph Curry. Like, I think it should be unanimously. Like, they need the disrespect. I know some people hate this quote, but I mean, the respect needs to be as loud as the disrespect when it comes to Steph Curry. Because Steph Curry's playing as good, if not better, than his unanimous MVP season. It's just like his team's not winning.
That's a bad loss.
It's just like these guys are getting smacked. These guys don't look like the playoff team. But if they somehow creep into that playoff, Steph Curry is the unanimous MVP in my humble opinion. But If it's not Steph Curry, I think it's Joker or Jokic. Joker or Embiid. Joker or Embiid.
Yeah. For the longest, I was saying Harden, but then he got hurt.
I was right with you on the Harden MVP train. I thought if Harden played out the season, it was him. Like, do you think that after LaMelo won 3 Rookie of the Months in a row, that they're still going to give him Rookie of the Year, or you think they're going to hoe him just because he couldn't finish out the season?
What other rookies turn right now?
Anthony Edwards and dude from who's the dude? That one random dude on the Knicks. He has some. I don't want to even sound disrespectful, but he has one of those last names. You're like, huh? Like, I can't think of it. It's like Quickly or something.
Oh, yeah.
He's random. He's going
off.
Hooping. And then I think it's some dude in the West. He's on. He might.
What about Buddy from the Rockets? The one that dropped 50 last night.
What?
What's his name?
Oh, it was a rookie?
I don't know if he's a rookie. I know they got him from the G League.
Okay, because I was about to say, if it was a rook, like, damn, that nigga might be the one that snatches it.
As soon as I say bro name, you gonna know.
I still think LaMelo should be it, though.
LaMelo definitely,
just because,
LaMelo.
like, niggas knew he was the Rookie of the Year. Like, they gave up. They gave up on voting, and, like, this nigga won 3 in a row.
Porter.
Oh, you're talking about? No, he's not Houston. He's fucking
Nah, Buddy played for Houston.
Oh, Houston. Okay, I thought you were talking about dude from the Nuggets.
No, not him.
Mike Porter Jr. No.
Not Michael Porter Jr. No. This dude right here, man. What's Buddy name? Bruh had 50 and 10 assists last night.
Jesus.
Against Milwaukee. And he's like the only thing that's like hooping for the Rockets right now.
No, the Bucks suck though.
Is it Kevin?
The Bucks suck, so it's okay on that.
Man, the Bucks third seed. I mean, trust me, I agree.
I just don't think. I think the Bucks,
ultimate Bucks hater.
The Bucks are gonna be. The Bucks are just a new Hawks for me, and what I mean is just like I don't care what their seating says. I don't care what they're ranked. They're not doing nothing. Like them niggas is not going anywhere. Like they're not doing anything. Actually, speaking of like with the Hawks' little winning streak, do you think the Hawks are about to do something?
No.
He said no. He said no so quick. You can tell niggas don't like Atlanta sports teams. And that's so crazy how much I love and claim Atlanta too. It's just like the one area of my life in sports.
Yeah, when it comes to sports,
like, I can't even
actually do it. Nigga, I got a whole Braves jersey. Nigga, I fuck with the Braves.
The Braves for surely.
They
Zephyrs not a pro team.
They dookie. But like, you know.
Because the Zephyrs a B League team.
You feel me?
If the Zephyrs were a pro team, that Braves jersey, nah. I'm already.
But Atlanta, nah, bro. Maybe next year.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. I mean, just look at how good they're doing right now without Trey.
That's what I'm saying. I think next year Atlanta's gonna be, all jokes aside, one of the top seeded teams in the East because they were supposed to this year. It's just a lot of unfortunate things happening.
Should be happening, man.
The change of coaches too. Yeah. Like as soon as the coaching changed, look at their win streak. Look at how they've been playing. They've been hooping.
I actually laughed too about the coaching change. I was like, he gonna do shit,
and then instantly start doing shit.
Damn.
Well, damn. If you had to early picks, then so we'll wrap up the NBA. If you had to pick your Western Conference Final, Eastern Conference Final, and then tell me who's going to the champ.
Okay, I'm gonna do that. But before I do that, I want to say, can we please start giving Russell Westbrook his flowers?
Bro, no. I'm so happy you did that, bro.
Like,
because Esco, this one's for you, nigga. This one's for you, nigga. Like, bro, Esco thinks I paint him as a Russell Westbrook hater. He's not, but he definitely joined the train of niggas that started to just because he was dookie for a little bit. But it's like, bro, we can't watch a man average a triple-double for 3 seasons in a row, and then he starts off a season shaky with an admitted injury, saying that he's playing injured, and niggas are just like, no, we're not going for it. And then the second he figures it out, it's quiet. Look
at the growth too, man, because like he's not doing that goofy ass pull up 3 anymore.
At all.
Look at
he knows what he sucks at. He's just trying to help his team.
The man wants to win by any means necessary.
He's another one like Chris Paul, I believe. Like he really thinks. I think he thinks that Wizards team can win a championship for real. I know there's no one that can look. You can put him. I know there's a lot of envy, and this is where I'm gonna give Russell Westbrook and Chris Paul their respect because we laugh because niggas now we're not going for that. I'm never gonna believe that. But that being said, like. To be a true champion in this league, like you have to be able to be put on a lie detector test at any day And if somebody asked you with your whole chest, can your team win this? You have to believe that with your whole chest, for real. And like Russell Westbrook and Chris Paul are two niggas. No matter which team, they could be they could be in Cleveland right now. Like they could be in Detroit right now. I promise you, them niggas truly always believe they can win a championship. And I gotta commend them for that because that's a heart of a champion. Because that Wizards team's not doing nothing. But that nigga Russell Westbrook is hooping out of his mind, bro. Every single game. I look at another 40-point game and then I go to Twitter. I'm like, all right, so I'm waiting for y'all niggas to talk.
Nope.
It's quiet. Like, why is it quiet? But anytime this nigga sucks, he's like, oh, this nigga ass, bro. You know what I'm saying? Houston won that trade. Blah, 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 blah. It's like, bro, Houston ass too. And I'm one of the biggest John Wall fans as well, but we got to be real. That team sucks. That team is terrible. I know that nigga hates it out there. He probably loves Houston.
Nets should go pick my mans up. Go pick up Russ, y'all.
Run the Nets for
the culture, man. I know y'all want to see the return of vintage OKC.
Bro, what? That'd be so hard, bro. What if they traded Kyrie?
Yo, Kyrie would have Kyrie retired.
Kyrie would retire, bro. That nigga would take all his PTO for the rest of the season,
or he'd go to LA,
and then this nigga would retire. Lakers. Oh, bro, if he moves to the Lakers just to try to kill them niggas, we would watch Kyrie average 40 in the finals.
I'd love to see it too.
I'd love to see it. Untucked the whole time, bro. He'd be like, find me, bitch ass niggas. He'd be, oh my God. Kyrie is one of my favorite mentalities in the NBA. I know so many people try to write it off, but it's like, I love him being a human. You know what I'm saying? Like, being like, you know what? I don't feel like playing today. Like, this is a game, nigga. We going to the playoffs.
Use that PTO, you know what I'm saying? As much as you want to. Use that shit.
This nigga knows they're going to the playoffs, so he's not worried about seeing any of you niggas. He doesn't care which team in the East.
That motherfucker be looking at the schedule like, no, I ain't going to play tonight.
He's like, oh man, the game on tonight. Bron and them playing. I'm gonna stay home. I'm gonna stay home and watch it.
But no, Richard though.
But Russell Westbrook, his flowers.
Westbrook, please, man. Like what he's doing right now cannot go unnoticed.
Special. Every single team is special. How is this nigga still this athletic in his 30s? We're watching a man at the age that we saw DWade's we saw DWade's fucking knees and his burners start to go away, like Father Time does to everybody, because DWade has been heralded and talked about as, if not one of the most athletic guards in history, because we saw prime DWade, like the block records, you know what I'm saying? Like nastiness, this nigga blocking centers and shit, like, but eventually using that much athleticism, your gas goes down because your knees are going to give in, you know, your legs are going to give in. This nigga is still head to the rim dunking in his 30s. You know what I'm saying? Like, the fuck are we watching? Y'all need to appreciate a moment and be happy for it. Please. I think, truly, because y'all are gonna be sad when this nigga's out the league. There's certain people I know, people are gonna be upset when they're out the league, and they're gonna act like they missed the moment.
I'm gonna be sad when Russ has to start coming off the bench. To be honest,
bro, that's gonna hurt my soul. Seeing Russ on the bench.
Yeah, it's gonna start coming pretty soon. I ain't gonna cap.
It's coming in the next couple years, and that's not even preying on a nigga's downfall. It's just we have to be real. I hope that he just proves everyone wrong and his athleticism stays till the end of his career type shit, because like we saw Vince Carter at 42 dunking, you know what I'm saying? Like, and so like some people,
we got Melo out here hooping,
you feel me? Melo's still putting people in a blender, and this nigga is almost 40.
Like, have y'all not seen this shit for the past what?
Melo's somebody else niggas need to give respect to as well.
Definitely.
Because niggas was telling me, bro,
Melo grew too as an adult. He grew not as an adult, but like,
I'm never going to forgive niggas ever for looking me in the eyes and saying Carmelo Anthony didn't deserve to be in the NBA. When we had niggas like Iman Shumpert at the time. No offense to Iman Shumpert, but it's like, it's just like, bro, like, your music fire, bro. I promise you, a rapper, bro, for real. But like,
a champion
for really a contributor to that champion team. But Carmelo Anthony is a perennial all-star, a first ballot Hall of Famer, and niggas were trying to tell me, and still his good years of putting up 20 points a game, that he didn't deserve to be in this NBA.
Disappointing.
What? Y'all were letting the nigga from our team, bro. I'm so happy they traded this bum ass nigga. What was his? Solomon Hill, bro. Solomon Hill still has a career. Y'all was telling me Carmelo Anthony didn't deserve to have a career in the NBA.
I'd rather have Norris Cole than Solomon Hill.
A lot of niggas. If we didn't have Solomon Hill in a lot of them games a few years ago, let me stop. But I'm just saying, Western Conference, I think.
All right, look. Fuck that. So, Eastern Conference.
Oh, yeah, Eastern Conference.
I'm gonna have to say, I guess the Nets, man. I just don't see anybody stopping. If everyone can be healthy, Hell, fuck it. If only two of them can be healthy.
Who do you think the Nets playing though? I think it's the Sixers.
It's either gonna come down to the Sixers or I hate to fucking say this, Milwaukee.
You think so?
Yeah. It's just the East is still kind of weak, man.
Drew's been hooping though. On Milwaukee.
Yeah, I hate to see it. Drew had like 10 assists last night.
Bro, I love to see it, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's one nigga I'm always cheer for, even on that.
You know, and I respect New Orleans for at least putting him in a good position.
Putting him in position so he could at least play for a championship. Because you know that nigga moving as soon as his contract up. Nigga not staying in Milwaukee. Yeah, no one want to live Milwaukee. There. Who the fuck want to live?
Niggas barely want to play there. Why you think another superstar isn't there?
Right? No one wanted to come.
Fucking Milwaukee.
And so Drew got paid. And then
I don't know. I feel like Milwaukee's just always liable to choke or just fuck shit up.
For sure. That's their history though. Because they're going to find a way to blow it even with good pieces. Even with good pieces. Because a lot of the players that end up being there, it seems history has shown, weren't ready for that moment. And so, like, when time came to it, I mean, like, and this isn't, like, Giannis is Nigerian, so I'm going to cheer for him no matter what, to a fault. Because I'm going to always do that. But it's like, there's no way Giannis Antetokounmpo should have been stopped by any of the players on the Miami Heat
at all
last year. You know what I'm saying? Like, the guy that won back-to-back MVP shouldn't be stopped. Not one of them niggas should have been able to stop you. And so, like, a lot of niggas are just not going for it when it comes to the Bucks. Like, it looks like an easy scheme to stop them. Like, it looks like you really just...
He tweaked his ankle last night, too.
Oh, damn. This close.
He should be good, though.
I think
he got up and, like, walked off. Well, he only played 1 minute last night.
If Charlotte can get to the playoffs somehow in the East...
They'll make a run.
Then I think that LaMelo will come back for the playoffs, and I think that they'll be able to make a run. But, I mean, like, I don't know. They're the most exciting team to watch for me while LaMelo's playing. But... Because they randomly made me, bro. I'm a Miles Bridges fan now. I'm a Miles Bridges fan for sure. Rap and hoop. That nigga hard. Yeah, that nigga be accidentally looking at the rim. You know what I'm saying? Like he be so surprised when he's up that high. It's like, nigga, you shouldn't be surprised anymore. You're killing everybody. Every team has a poster this year, I think.
I'm gonna say Sixers and Nets. Nets in like 6.
And then West.
That's assuming everyone's healthy. Mm-hmm. You know, like I said, even if only 2 of them are healthy.
I say Sixers and Nets as well, but I say 7. And I think that it's going to come. I think it's going to come down to the last minute. Like, it's going to be one of those.
Embiid's going to be a problem.
Embiid's going to be a problem. He's a liability, so I say it can go either way on that one. Yeah. The West,
if the Sixers do make it out the East, though, they're not winning the championship.
No, either team in the West will beat them. I think the Nets. We're going to see that random, like, Braun run, which I could just be so wrong. Don't get me wrong. But it's just, like, I think versus good teams, like, really good teams. Remember how Braun made it to the finals, but every series was, like, 6 or 7 games? Like,
I think 1 year he had no one?
But I think the Nets kind of look like that only because of defense. It's because every team is liable to score. And so, like, if they can keep scoring, you just have to try to keep up with Kyrie, Harden, and KD. Like, so that's difficult. It becomes a shootout. Or if you even have decent defense, it becomes a little bit harder.
Even if you have decent defense, the Nets are still putting up 120.
You have to just be able to keep up with the team that put up 120 every night. And so
that's gonna gas teams too.
What? Running up and down the court like that?
Then you have random dudes like, no disrespect to you, bro. You had like 21 reads last night. A. Johnson. You don't know this dude's name, but you always have that random player on the Nets that just goes stupid.
That goes crazy.
Randomly.
Bro, how many times I had niggas off the bench drop 30? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, that's a team of hoopers. Like, people that are just trying to put buckets in. So it can go either way for me, though, still, because I do have faith in, like, Embiid's, like, will to win. And I truly believe, like, he thinks that he's going to bring a championship to the Sixers. And so, like, a player of that caliber playing how he is, it is going to be a bit of a problem for them to be able to match out with. They just need consistent scoring from everybody else to make it a series. I think in the West, though, I'm going Lakers, Clippers, finals. Hopefully we get to see that.
I love how he holds the top 2 seeds.
I know, right? Bro, the Jazz... y'all think I'm just gonna be mean to the East. Let me go ahead and say the Jazz sits in the exact same boat I just put the Bucks in. The exact same boat I just put, like, bro, they're a team. I'm never gonna believe it till I see it. The Jazz are a team. Y'all could be a 82-win Jazz team, and I'm still not gonna pick y'all to come out the West.
How far did they go last year?
They lost to Murray.
That was like the top 3 series I've ever seen in my life.
We saw a battle for real. Battle for real. I never want to take it away from Donovan Mitchell. I do want to take it away from Rudy Gobert because niggas have been lying to us about him for the last 3 years.
This man has a compilation of him getting dunked on.
What? Bro, you let a nigga like Ben Simmons, who knows he can't score, say, I know I can't score, and I drop 42 on you.
How?
Defensive Player of the Year, though.
How? Remember he was crying because he didn't make the All-Star game?
Right. We should have seen more tears this year, too. We should have seen more tears. Bro, this nigga shouldn't have made it either. Like, that's one of the niggas I need the league to stop lying to me about and stop trying to force it. They need to stop lying. They need to stop trying to force feed us Rudy Gobert. Pause. It's just like I never want to watch him. I never want to watch him play. I never want to see that guy. Like, I'm happy he got paid because I'm always happy to see a young nigga get money. But it's also, he knows he scammed them niggas. He didn't deserve that. Let's be real. And so, like, I don't want to I never want to tell someone what they deserve, but you know what I mean. Like, I feel like he got over on them niggas because the fucking narratives that they're trying to paint on this nigga. So, like I said, the Jazz are a non-factor to me. They're never going to the Western Conference Finals or going out the West. And even if they come out the West, the Nets are killing them. They're killing. It's not. It might be a 4-game series. That would look so nasty.
Donovan Mitchell gonna be so irritated,
nasty, bro. So disgusted, bro. He's gonna look great in a Heat jersey next year, but bro, that nigga would leave so quick. That nigga would leave so quick. He would never want to play with them bum ass niggas.
He'd be looking like it when they lose. He'd be like, "I'm so sick of this shit."
I know, bro. This is why sometimes I wish I knew some of these players personally, because obviously I would probably speak about them a little bit less on the podcast, but it's just for my personal entertainment though would be higher because I would know y'all's real opinions. Like, I would FaceTime this nigga Donovan Mitchell, you know what I'm saying? And we wouldn't be on camera recording or anything. I'd be like, nigga,
what you gonna do, bro? I know you wanna leave.
You don't even need to tell me what you're gonna do. I'm gonna say one name and I just need you to make a face, whatever face you make. Rudy Gobert. You're not being recorded.
You're not being recorded.
That nigga gonna have
Rudy Gobert is the face of coronavirus, also.
For sure. He's never gonna get that stain off him. Goofy ass nigga. But and so mine would be Lakers or Clippers, and I still think Lakers will come out because the Clippers have to mesh for 7 games versus a team that's already won a championship. So that's just the only problem for me because I think on paper they should be the ones that come out the West, but it's like, you have to mesh for 7 games. The playoffs are very different than a regular season, which we continue to see all the time. That nigga his will to win is extraordinary. He left the East. That nigga said was easy, came to the West and won a championship. Like, we have to just be honest about LeBron's greatness and like the way he plays and the way he brings a team together.
At his age. Come on, yeah.
And so I'm always gonna, if I have a chance to bet on somebody, I'm always gonna bet on that guy to make it to the finals at least, you know. And so,
even if AD isn't a factor, like if AD gets hurt.
If AD gets hurt, it's wraps for them only because of age. Yeah. That's the only thing. Because I think LeBron, a little bit younger, could will them to the finals. But they'll lose, but he could will them there. But I think Bron is still at his point of greatness. He's still clearly an all-star, still clearly one of the best players in the league. But I think the only thing Father Time's kind of done to him is I think we saw the last series on that Cleveland team of LeBron being able to will by himself a team to the finals. Like, I think that was too much on him. Like, nigga averaged 40 something. You know what I'm saying? Like, going actually nuclear to get these niggas to the fucking finals. Like,
LeBron himself swept the Raptors, and the Raptors at that time were what, like the number 1
DeMar DeRozan, Kyle Lowry. Like, there's a lot of people that are LeBron's children in this league. A lot of people. LeBron got a huge family. Like, he got a ton of kids in this league.
They got a huge family.
a ton of kids.
The Raptors organization.
The Raptors organization.
They should literally gift that to him, like that team.
That should be the team that he instantly gets ownership stake in for free, like whenever he retires, because like that organization got terrorized by him. Like, they should have went to many a final. They were 1 seed so many times just for Bronze to be like, oh, it's just the Raptors again, sweep. And I think he swept them every time. Like, wasn't one series 4-1? I think the rest of them was sweep.
I think a lot of them were sweeps. I think all of them were sweeps. Now that I think about it,
that's what I was about to say. He terrorized these niggas.
What was so special about that Cleveland run too was like the game winners that Bron shot. Like that one where he was literally running out of bounds. This man was running out of bounds and just dropped that bit. Bop.
Bro, the way he was, the shots he was dropping lets you know that he knows he owns them niggas. Like, what I'm waiting for more than anything, bro, fuck Jordan, fuck all them niggas, bro. Like, I'm waiting for LeBron James to be able to finally speak. I'm waiting for LeBron to retire because I want to hear the talk this nigga have about certain teams. Because you could already hear him calling himself the greatest and things like that. So you know he feels these things.
I would say I'm the greatest Raptor of all time.
What? Like, this nigga is the greatest Raptor of all time. They need a statue of LeBron outside of their fucking stadium. On God, just a statue of LeBron, just so they can pay their respects, so that they might be able to recoup. Because that nigga just took everything from them. They deserved that finals. They deserve that championship for real after what they went through. Like, truly what they went through. They
won the title after he left.
Bro, he had to leave. Look what had to happen. Be clear, Raptors fans. Like, this nigga the Grim Reaper to y'all's franchise. Like LeBron really is the Grim Reaper to the Raptors franchise, bro. That shit was amazing to watch, like, as a fan. Like, I love that shit more than anything. And so,
great, bro.
I guess to wrap it up, we'll get on to football talks. Really, I had most of the football talks I wanted to have with you off cam.
Yeah.
But what I will have for the people, just because we are big Saints fans, is how, if you had to rate them A through F so far in the draft, what are the Saints? What are the Saints looking
like? Them niggas got a D- this year, bro. A D-.
Because you think that one of the places that we're struggling in is receiving, which I agree. I think
corners.
Receiving.
Take this into perspective, bro. If the season was to start right now, you would have Marshawn Lattimore on one side of the field, and you would have Patrick Robinson on the other.
Who the fuck is this nigga?
Patrick Robinson, y'all. No good. Like,
no, we gotta change that one.
Like, and y'all niggas go and draft a edge out of Houston who can't tackle. And then his weight fluctuates. Bro, one summer, this man gained 50 random pounds.
Wait. 50 in a summer?
In a summer.
That nigga weight fluctuate like mine.
Summer, bro. He says weight fluctuate like mine. And then they're all like, oh, well, he has potential. Like, okay, don't get me wrong. If he does have potential, okay, congratulations. But first round pick. We need a linebacker. The best linebacker prospect is still available. Usawa. He's still available.
I hope we can snag him. He's going to be gone.
Terrace Marshall, 6'2" receiver, 210 pounds. This man, his entire career at LSU, in the red zone, 25 attempts. Guess how many catches?
How many catches?
25. He is still available.
They haven't been able to stop this nigga, and they let him skate. We gotta hope that it's one of them situations where he falls to a position we can still snag him, and then he just proves that they were idiots. You know what I'm saying?
Whoever we draft at corner, this is my theory. Maybe I'm wrong, but I really think the Saints are going to try to target Richard Sherman.
You think
That's
so?
why they're not really pressed on getting a top tier corner out of the draft.
And I think that Richard Sherman is gonna skate as well. Like, he's about to go somewhere else. So I can't even get mad at that, because honestly, Richard Sherman, the kind of defense he likes to play, I think it would be good for that side, so we could have coverage. And then Sean is somebody that can play man.
Sean is someone you can put on the island.
Mm-hmm.
Richard Sherman at this age,
he can't be on the
man.
island. That nigga getting fucking smoked. We saw it in the Super Bowl. Just be real. And it's nothing against him. We see age. You know what I'm saying? Like, age, you're not going to be able to be on that island as long. And so if we have him being able to just play wider coverage on one side, and then we have Sean being able to just be on that island, if he needs to get on that island, we could be able to mark many a team. We can mark many a team's passing game. So I'm excited for that.
The only thing that gives me hope, man, is like the Saints' success in the second and third and fourth rounds are really good.
We always seem to find gems. That's why I always give it to them. We don't do nothing.
Mike Thomas was a second round pick. Kamara was a fourth round pick.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Kamara should be there.
Trey Hendrickson was a late pick. And I mean, look at him now.
That's what I'm saying. We find a way to bring talent out of people and find good talent. And I think it's the city swag. Like we were talking about, it's like, it's so crazy to see the change in dynamic in sports. Like when you speak about New Orleans football, it's nothing but positive talks across the league from other players. It's all swag. Like you see the team we created. Like let's be real, all y'all niggas copying. Like New Orleans created that group picture. You know what I'm saying? Like we were the ones that did all of the dances, like the cool
locker room parties and
that
shit.
People started just bringing into the culture, and that's a big part of making a team feel like one and feel like you can do. But we had Drew's ass out there dancing. You know what I'm saying? Like we had everybody feeling like they're a part of the team. And so seeing that culture and then seeing the Pelicans where niggas don't ever want to play. No one wants to be in New Orleans for basketball or anything like that. It's crazy. But even going back to football, I'm just excited to see the future of the Saints because I was so ready for time after Drew, to be honest, because we just haven't accomplished anything in these last few years. It's like I'd rather not be teased. I'd rather us have those 8-8 seasons than us go to the playoffs every time we do nothing. And teams, when, be clear, other players have said it's come out of their own mouths. Like you've seen other players say in posts or when you're watching podcasts or listening to shit, oh, the Saints should have had like 2 in the last 4. You know what I'm saying? Like they were there. They thought we should have had 2. Like I know the Saints thought they should have.
Man, the Saints should have won back-to-back Super Bowls
for sure. We were the best offense in the league. I think Minnesota 3 or 4 times in a row.
The Minnesota Miracle and the fucking no call. Mm-hmm. Those are both Super Bowls.
Those are Super Bowl wins. And so it's like it's heartbreaking to watch. So I'd much rather just see us get a new system going and see us getting the motor running again.
You ain't lying.
So I'm excited to see Jameis play. Hopefully, like we're smart there.
In my dream world, I see Aaron Rodgers in the Saints uniform.
Need that, because he hates y'all niggas. He hates y'all niggas.
Which I feel him because, like I told you earlier, like us as Saints fans, we've had some pretty devastating playoff losses.
Exactly.
But you know who else has? The
Packers.
Fucking Packers.
All jokes aside, like the Packers are one of those teams that they're a fan base that I feel like I talk to their fans. And I feel them. You know what I'm saying? I feel them. I fuck with them. Like Packer. Like one of my dogs who was just DMing about this. Like he's somebody I talk to about football all the time. And this nigga a Packers fan. And I feel like it's because we both had generational quarterbacks that everyone swore we were about to have 2 or 3, maybe 4 Super Bowls. And we each got 1. You know what I'm saying? 1 out of the pick. And so like we're happy for that 1. And it was dope seasons. But it's like the losses, the way these legends have lost have been crazy. Nigga, I saw the best offense in NFL history lose to Marshawn Lynch running through 87 people. You know what I'm saying? Like 87. Like, it's just little shit we've seen. It's like, what? Us? For real?
Like, come on, man.
Like, it cast my team, the Minnesota Miracle, which...
Case Keenum, bro?
Which I can only... And I just stopped hating this nigga because I watched him on I Am Athlete, and I'm not gonna lie to you, Stephon Diggs is a real nigga, bro.
Oh, Stephon Diggs is a
super real nigga. So I have to like show love to that man, and an outstanding family person, and family means a lot to me. And so like, but the way they did us, you know what I'm saying? What? Come on now. And the Packers have gone through a lot of the same. So Aaron Rodgers seems like, I'm not gonna lie to you.
He's sick.
I think he seems like I'm not letting my career go how Drew's went. Like,
I wouldn't either. Bro, they've been to the NFC at the past 5 years.
Which people don't think about this.
The past 5 years, the Packers have been to the NFC Championship 3 times.
And no Super Bowl.
Embarrassed. Falcons embarrassed them.
In games that we be so confused. Like, I watched the start of that game with the Falcons, and I swore they were... I was like, oh, Green Bay's sweeping these niggas. They're picking them niggas apart. And then all of a sudden, it was just, Matty Ice time, I guess. Like,
and then, like, even... Last year, the 49ers game, which I said they were going to lose that shit just because of how the 49ers were just carrying themselves last year. But this year, how the fuck do you lose to that Tampa Bay team at home, bro?
Honestly, that shit looked wild. I'm not going to lie to you. That shit looked wild. That shit looked like Aaron Rodgers wanted to leave the second the clock ran out. The second that clock,
he was like, I'm sick of these niggas.
And so I hope just for both of their sakes, I think Packers fans, in all honesty, I see a lot of people being unreasonable, but the real ones I talk to and like have like had conversations with, they kind of feel similarly to how we felt about Drew the last few years. To like, he's a generational talent, we love him, but it's like we're ready to move on if he's ready to move on type shit. Like we're ready to kind of just see the other side of it too. So I think it'd be mutually beneficial if they could trade A-Rod to get like a 5 receiver, get like a 5 somebody else, and then let the young bull go.
I don't know if Jordan Love is my heir though to Aaron Rodgers.
I don't know, but like a lot of people were saying they didn't know Aaron Rodgers was the heir to, you know what I'm saying? This is Favre, like back then, like just being like, people be about a lot of people. I just want to see him first. See if he could do anything, but I agree with you. Like I didn't watch anything with Jordan Love and think like, this is the guy. Like we watch Aaron Rodgers be like, I hate recency bias in sports sometimes because it shows people that haven't watched the sport for a long time. It's like if you've watched the NFL for the last 10 years, Aaron Rodgers has been just as a single person, not the other 51 players on the roster. in my opinion, Aaron Rodgers has been the best quarterback in the NFL for the last 10 years, like by himself. Like the way we're watching him, like bro, this nigga white and in his mid or late 30s at this point, we're still watching him dash around and throw like crazy passes, bro. It's actually unheard of, unseen. Like the shit this nigga be doing. Even like he was Mahomesing before Mahomes was doing
before Mahomes. Even if you look at like his supporting cast. When have you seen the Packers have an astounding run game besides the past 2 years?
The Packers are the only team that
haven't.
The Packers are the only team that put a running back in the wide receiver position. Like they really seem like they never wanted to help this
team. He's only had what? Devontae Adams
was his only All-Pro, I think. Receiver.
I want to say Nelson. Jordy Nelson was.
Jordy Nelson as well. Jordy Nelson. Let's be
But besides that, I mean, shit, nigga had motherfuckers like Jared Cook.
And we're talking.
Which I ain't gonna do Jared like that, but.
But. Other than that, though, I think that will wrap it up for now. Just because we have the rest of the draft to still watch, we still have other things in sports to get to.
The Patriots are a dynasty again.
You think so? What happened?
They drafted Mac Jones.
Ooh! Oh, you think it's time?
They're a dynasty again, bro.
You think it's time? Oh, but they re-signed Cam, didn't they? No, I know they're gonna pass the reins off, of course. But I'm saying, like, do you think it's gonna be one of those that they have Cam starting and then they ease Mac in, or do you think they're about to immediately just give it to Mac and be like, "All right, Cam"?
Cam's gonna be a mentor.
Damn.
Cam might play 4 or 5 games. You know how Miami did it last year? They drafted Tua, but Ryan Fitzpatrick still played for like 5-6 games, and they put Tua in. It's gonna be the same situation.
I hate watching niggas do that to Cam.
I love Cam, bro. I want to see Cam win. I want to see Cam in the Falcons jersey.
I want to see him successful.
So he can do it for the hometown team.
Like, they need when the Falcons start their rebuild, I think they owe it to Cam to give him a season or two.
Would you trade Matt Ryan?
Get that nigga off.
Would you trade Matt Ryan or Julio? I'm going to say Julio, y'all. Sorry.
Bro, to be real with you,
I'd trade Julio.
To be real with you, and
you just got Kyle Pitts.
To be honest, it's got to be Matt Ryan, in my opinion. And Matt Ryan's been excellent. I think all Falcons jokes aside, Matt Ryan always consistently has like top QB stats. Definitely. Like every season. So let's be real about his talent. But I think this goes back to what we were talking about with New Orleans, right? And like culture of cities. Mm-hmm. Like I think Julio's culture fits better with Atlanta than Matt's does.
Julio Slick is Atlanta. Like, when you think of Falcons.
And so I think that getting rid of Matt Ryan for a potential generational QB, like you're thinking about someone young and talented that you can get for cheap. You've seen them going crazy. You have a Julio, you have a Kyle Pitts. You improve the line some, so they get some protection, so you can let the young QB show out a tiny bit. Mm-hmm. Like, I think that's much better because of the fact that if you get a young, swaggy QB, like let's say like a Justin Fields or like a Joe Burrow, like these people that you could tell really command a locker room. Like Matt Ryan, it seems like he commands a locker room, and I don't know because obviously I don't play with these niggas, but this is just something we're assuming. It seems like he commands a locker room in like a Peyton Manning kind of way. You know what I'm saying? Where it's like I'm the leader of the team, captain, like you follow me, like boom, boom, boom. But nowadays, when you're seeing success in the NFL, it seems like look at Tampa Bay, like look at Kansas City, like even look at the Seahawks when they won, like look at how the niggas talk about our Saints team. Like it seems like really, unfortunately to say, but be real, like yeah, Drew is the leader of the locker room as a Saint, but be clear, all them niggas made the culture of the locker room. Yeah, they made the culture. But Atlanta seems to be a team that they don't have the culture all around. So if they were able to get a QB that could bring the culture in and have everyone buy in, I think their team would turn around overnight. And so I think it's just their culture needs to change so badly and so fast that I think it has to be the spearhead position, which is a QB.
That's true.
And so that's the only reason, because I agree with Julio's aging. At the end of the day, he's still the mold of like what a perfect wide receiver looks like build, reach, like athleticism and all of that. Like he's still all of that, but it's still like you get old eventually. So
I think that's why they drafted. Another reason they drafted Kyle Pitts, because to me that pick was kind of like, huh? Simply because you guys have bigger problems than your offense. I mean, your offense is fucking astounding.
Their offense is always a shootout. They shoot out with anybody in the league.
I would have drafted Penny Sewell, the offensive tackle, or hell, I would have got a corner,
or just anybody.
Get you another corner. Get you Patrick Surtain on the other side of AJ Terrell.
They needed help everywhere else, to be honest. But I think they're starting to think about the rebuild.
Well, they got Buddy
because they're gonna get rid of one.
They got one of our assistants, one of the Saints assistants.
Oh damn! So, I know within the next 2 years they're getting rid of either Julio or Matt though. But it's just like
I think Julio will be gone by this summer, bro.
Because they're already looking at trade talks.
But Julio still has a couple good years in him to the point that I think he could jump in with certain teams and be straight.
How many games the past 2 years has Julio played, though?
That is the one thing people worry about. But something else I think, and this isn't to take away from Julio being in Atlanta, because I know Julio is in Atlanta and how people feel about him. But it's like Julio Jones, I think, needs a little bit of a shock to want to be able to get through the whole system, this whole year and really push through certain things. I think he needs that volt in him again, like that, like bring life to the team. Like really just something, because Julio knows he's fine. Like niggas, you can't take that away from him. But it's like if my ankle's tweaked and I have an opportunity to load manage, just being on, and I'm not saying this is what he did. This is just my thinking. And I'm on a team like the Falcons and I'm watching us get battered, then I'm probably going to be like, I'll come back when I'm fully healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm fully healthy and wait it out. So people can't, like, we have to be real about the fact that Julio may be preserving himself a little bit, because we saw fucking Blake do it. Like this nigga hated Detroit and then dunked his first game in the Nets. You know what I'm saying? This nigga catching oops again. Like I didn't even know he was still bouncy like this. It's just like he saved his legs. He knew he was going to go to a better situation.
That's a fact. Football's going to be interesting this year.
For sure. But I know definitely my man wants to go out, and he got you going home. My nigga is ready. So definitely appreciate having you on.
Yes,
like
sir.
always.
Always good being on.
Always. But this is the Offspace. Yes, sir.